How much does it cost to live in Costa Rica? Whether you're going to Costa Rica to live on a part-time basis or a permanent basis, it's good to know what the costs are. So today we're going to make a review of the costs to live in Costa Rica, real estate, housing, food, doctor, medical, dentist, and you have an idea of what it costs to live in Costa Rica. I'm Yossi Kaplan, your friendly Toronto and Costa Rica realtor, and I work in Costa Rica and Toronto in my capacity as a realtor. I'll show you the companies we're working with. This is our Costa Rica brand called the Nosara Realty Group. Under this brand, we are launching new developments and resale. And we have a whole resale site called Playa Lagarto realestate.com. And in this website, you'll find a lot of listings of Costa Rica properties, mostly in Playa Lagarto, Tamarindo, and Nosara, but also the areas around it. We expand our services to Playas del Coco, Tamarindo, and so forth. And you're welcome to go to the site and see what's going on. If you need to list anything, please go ahead and contact us. We'll help you with selling your property. But now let's get to the cost of living in Costa Rica. Now, whether you're going to go and live in Costa Rica part-time, like a snowbird, just come from November to April, give or take, or stay there the whole year, get your cedula, which is the permanent residency in Costa Rica, which are available for investors, by the way. It's good to know what things cost. So the first thing I've done is I went to my favorite AI interface called Merlin, and this thing just goes to different AIs and compares and pulls information. So today I queried Gemini 2.5 Flash version. Compare the cost of living between Toronto, Canada, and Tamarindo, Costa Rica. That's the first question I gave it. Okay, so let me rearrange the window here. All right, here we go. That's a bit easier. And you can see exactly what I'm doing here. Okay. The cost of living in Toronto, Canada is significantly higher than in Tamarindo, Costa Rica. Now, mind you, friends, Tamarindo is one of the most expensive areas in Costa Rica, one of the most expensive areas in all of Latin America. There's a lot, many cheaper places in Costa Rica and outside of Costa Rica. Okay? But still, Tamarindo is a lot cheaper. Overall, Toronto, Canada, overall, right here, Toronto is an expensive city, ranking the sixth most expensive city in Canada. I would say it's probably the first or the second after Vancouver. And 50th globally for cost of living. I would imagine that's higher. A single person estimated monthly cost around Canadian 3,417, excluding rent. That's only 800, $850 a week, including rent and other. You're looking at 4,000 to 6,000 Canadian dollars per month, which is barely making it. The average monthly cost of living for a single person is actually 35-23. Maybe rent. Housing is a major factor. One bedroom, 2,200. Yes. One bedroom outside the city center, a little less. 3 bedroom, 35. So you're looking at. We all know we need at least $2,000 a month just to rent something, just a room in the city. It goes to 3 or 4 and 5. Utilities. It's estimated here 162. That's pretty right. Internet $70, 60, 70. Groceries 821. I think that's more actually. TTC 150, public health insurance, sales tax 13%. Now, look at Tamarindo, and I remind you, Tamarindo is an expensive one. Way lower, it is in the top of 28% most expensive cities globally, yet it's still a lot cheaper than Canada and US. The average cost of living, including rent, is about $1,710 a month. Okay, $1,500 to $2,000 per month, and that's the AI engine goes to different sites and combines it all together. Rent is a significant expense in Tamarindo, so you're looking at anywhere from $911 USD a month to up to as much as you want. Utilities, electric is not that cheap in Costa Rica, but it's still reasonable. Internet is less. You can also have phone plans. They have a lot of gigabytes included. Your groceries, I was just in Costa Rica twice. Your groceries are slightly cheaper in Costa Rica, but not that much cheaper, at least in a gringo cities. If you go to another city like Nicoya, it's a lot cheaper, okay, because it's mostly locals. Transportation, the bus is like $2, anywhere you want to go. After average net salary, that's for Costa Ricans. That's less of a concern. Now, I've done another thing, and I'm going to share this window here. In this window here, I compared medical services. So to finalize, the cost of living in Tamarindo is a lot cheaper than in Canada, and Tamarindo is an expensive city in Costa Rica. You can get a lot less. Okay, so $2,000 a month, you're more than good. Compare medical services costs between Costa Rica and Canada, including family medicine, asset dentist, and cardiology. These are the things that people ask the most. And here I asked Gemini 2.5 Flash. You went through all these sources, and if you want to see the sources, you can do them here. You can see it all here. And it compiled the information, and it came with the Canada Family Medicine. Family medicine is universally insured. Remember, we don't have to pay for the doctor here. However, we have to pay for our own drugs. And the wait lines have become atrocious, very difficult in recent years, especially since COVID. You think that access to medical, doctor, hospital, emergency services, emergency room in the hospital will be faster. No, Canada is actually going down. And dentistry, and this is about right, checkup cleaning 100 to 300, fillings up to 400, crowns 800 plus, it could be thousands. Cardiology again, and this is, a lot of people go to live in Costa Rica are older. They want to have a cardiologist around. The cardiology, the wait time in Canada could be much longer, and the private visits, if you can find one, are 300 to 600, could be more. And it tells you that Canada is mostly public. Now, look at the Costa Rica Family Medicine. It also provides low or no cost care for citizens and legal residents. And again, you can become a resident of Costa Rica. It's not that complicated. I have a video about that. You can welcome to ask me, and I'll give you a referral. Private primary care available for USD 20 to 50 per visit, often with shorter waits in and out. Dentistry. Look how much cheaper dentistry is. So there is a system, government system, health insurance system, Kaya or Kaha. Through there can be waits, and private dental care, 20 to 50 for checkup, fillings 30 to 80, and crowns about half the price. Okay, cardiology consultation 50 to 150. Wait time could be similar to Canada, but private is faster. Semantic note. Okay, so here's your summary table. You can see in Canada, long waits in Canada. So the AI is accurate, it's fresh, it's new. And in Costa Rica, it's about quarter the price with less wait. Dentist, high waits-ish for dentists, probably a week or two to get in, and covered basics, some wait, but the price is 20%. In cardiology, again, much lesser wait, shorter wait, and the price is again fourth to 20-25% of what you pay in Canada. Key takeaways: Canada, high quality universal care for core services, but actually be slow, and dental care is largely privatized, expensive. Costa Rica, universal and comparatively rapid access to primary care, much lower private costs for dental and specialist care. Equity, expansion of private care in Canada risks deepening disparities, while Costa Rica's mixed system offers lower cost entry points, especially for dentistry. Okay, now I asked it, what is the percent difference? I mean, we looked at it already, but you'll say here, give me a percent, 90%. It came with 90% difference here. For family medicine, for dentistry, it came with 84.4%. For cardiology, 71%. That means cheaper in Costa Rica. And in summary, you're looking at about 80%, so 4/5 cheaper to use a doctor, family medicine, dentist, cardiologist than in Costa Rica, cheaper 4/5, 20% than price in Canada. That is a lot. Here's my Costa Rica mug. Okay. I want to show you some housing options and explain to you about these housing options, how they come to be. So let's focus on a complete villa here, because that's a very easy comparison. So I'm going to use this. I got some lots here. Here's a villa. So this is a complete villa right here. I'm going to log into this page. This is playalagartorealestate.com. And here you can see this villa. Now, I've stayed in these villas before. They're great. They're excellent. These villas are in Playa Lagarto Eco Development. this specific villa is available for sale, and we have a couple of those. This is 145 USD. Those villas are very nice. They're 910 square feet, 2 bedroom, 2 bathrooms. It's got laundry. It's got all the services. It's in private gated community. This is the pool. These are my feet picking up there. This is less than a month ago. I took these pictures here. This is what the villas look like. This is exactly the villa I stayed in. Okay, this is the cluster of villas from the air on the rainy season. It's all green. There's 3 clusters. This is specifically Playa Lagarto. Each cluster has a little pool. There's a yoga place, kind of a community place to huddle. Here's the floor plan. Very good floor plans. They got security. Here it shows you that it takes you about 1 hour, 34 minutes. It's about 95 minutes from the airport Liberia right to your villa. Tamarindo is a few minutes shorter. And that's what you get in these villas. So a villa like this will run you 145 USD. Okay, this villa you can rent it out. Your average rent will be $100 to $150 a night. Most people that come to Lagarto will stay for probably a week. It's not so much an in and out. People stay there, bring families, they rent a few villas, and you can see here 145,000, 4 rooms, 2 bedroom. Property type is a villa. We got a video here of the villas, but you understand that living in a villa like this and the condo fees, your maintenance fees, are quite reasonable on these villas. Okay, those are give or take 150 USD a month. On top of that, you have to pay your own hydro if you own it, any cable, Wi-Fi. You know, most people get their TV from Starlink or from their internet. But the cost of living for these villas, once you paid for them, are very, very reasonable. Now, a lot of these villas and homes you can do with a 50-50, which means you put 50,000 down and finance the other 50%. So 50,000 for 145 will be 72.5. That's $70,500 USD. So that's about 100,000. Now this villa is about 100,000 deposit Canadian, another 100,000. So about 200,000 Canadian dollars. You get yourself a home in Costa Rica, did it to your name. You can live there all year round if you want. You can make it into Airbnb, make $100, $150 a night. Property management services are available. So a lot of people live in these villas when they leave Toronto or Canada or Ontario, and then they rent either the rest of the time. Rental management in Costa Rica, by the way, most what we see is 30 to 35% fee, but they don't charge you any monthly fee. So only when you use the villa, you pay for it, which is really good. So these are your average costs of living in Costa Rica. You're looking at someone like $2,000. You can live very, very well in Costa Rica, plus your living expenses. If you bought it, you bought it. If you rent it, you're renting. If you bought it, you have the hydro, Wi-Fi, and HOA fees to pay. Taxes are very low in Costa Rica. They're 0.25% per year. So it's almost negligible. And then if you have a car or anything like that and your own lifestyle, but that's about it. Okay, it's a lot cheaper. If you need a doctor, it's available. It's cheaper. If you need a dentist, you need a cardiologist. It's all there for you. Any other questions regarding living in Costa Rica, cost of living in Costa Rica, the best areas to live, the best areas to invest, where should you live full-time, where should you live part-time, where is a good place to buy an Airbnb, where is a good place to buy a larger unit, smaller unit, let me know, and I'll answer you. Thank you very much. This is it for today. Enjoy.